it was like his third attempt at killing himself.
Yeah.
So
At
he was going
dying
through
by suicide.
mtu anafaa kusema hivyo.
But yeah,
Okay, so he missed my third attempt at killing himself.
at trying to.
What's the difference?
I mean, we need to treat, when we are going with killing, people look at it as heinous, as you know, like it's whatever to murder, and that's the reason why even trying to go by suicide, people alafu fail utapelekwa jela, it's like really criminalized. So people dying by suicide is like it's like an occurrence that can happen at any point, because first of all, the mental health system everywhere is people are learning, so we just need to give more, it's not grace, like more humanity, or just humanize what they were feeling, because sometimes kufika your level ni, because I've ever attempted, like I've lost count. Okay, maybe 5, but
you've attempted?
Before, from high school and everything. Like my mental health has always been one thing that I don't joke about, and at least when I found therapy, I was able to go through a lot of things that I've experienced as a teenager, as growing up and just knowing myself and just being by myself. I've had to learn about therapy, so that's the reason why we humanize that, because even with a case like Ricky Rick, which is the same. He had a lot of mental issues that was even way before, even 10 years before he was like on meds, or so I came to learn.
Because Rick Ricks was fucked up, because I think he just gotten like a multi-million deal with what was it, Barclays, and still killed himself. So it's that thing we always tell people, it's not always financial, because there are people who think it's only finances that can make you.
No. He always had like mental health issues that were deeper than anyone could think. From what I know, they were really, really deep, and this is, of course, it felt like it wasn't the first attempt, because if you look at even his interviews or even his shows, he would sign off as if he's not gonna be there.
Oh, okay.
Most of the, like, now since you don't follow up on this, like most of the things, like he would be like, like that's a person who's saying, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Like he's for sure about it, I'm not here for a long time. Like you would see it in how he would sign off. You see how people who just know that anytime whatever is in here will catch up. And I won't be able to stop it. I won't be able to stop the voices in my head, and this is how I will go.
And I think now, talking about the voices in your head, I think that's why I like, for me, when I say like I don't listen to African rap, someone will be like, but you are an African. But I always feel like African rap does not talk about the voices in your head. That's why, like, now most rappers are on that rapidity rap shit. Like there's so much in it, machine gun rap, which I appreciate, but I prefer someone telling me like, what the fuck, like my mind is playing tricks on me. What are they called? Akina? Ghetto Boys. Have like one of my favorite rappers, naitagwa nani, Slag or Atmosphere. Will always have that shit of the voices in my head. Because I've told people, my relationship and thinking about suicide is different from, it's like the way someone will think about it, like Nene. Me, I think about it in high places. So I have this very weird thing that I learned through a Hollywood show, that in life there are two sorts of people when it comes to heights. There are people who are afraid of being pushed, and there are people who are afraid of jumping. I fall in the category of people who are afraid of jumping themselves. So I hate high buildings, because there's always that voice in my head and that's not low enough. I hate that shit. Stakagi ku around hapo. So I have that. I always avoid such places. Hata nikiangaliaga, I'm one of those people, nikiendaga pale nione vile mna build mahau mob kilelesho, I'm like, I can't fuck with that.
What you have is intrusive thoughts. You think about things happening even when they may not happen.
So there's that. But sasa you, what sort of, like, what was pushing you in that mental space?
Just, I feel like with my ADHD, we can be prone to things like anxiety, depression, and because our dopamine is unregulated. One moment I'm happy, you saw me, I was happy. The next moment I feel like, oh my gosh, this world would do better without me.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
prone to that. So I'm prone to having voices in my head. I have intrusive thoughts. And I came to learn about pure O, like pure OCD is just from the mind, where you can fixate on something that's not even really happening there.
Yeah,
and it's part of the intrusive thoughts, and I've even joined like support groups. Once I learned, you learn some things later on, you're like, oh, I'm experiencing that. It's like I've just never known how to word it.
Yeah.
But I experience that on a daily basis. It's like these intrusive thoughts, and then there's pure O. It's like you're obsessed with you have this obsession with your thoughts that you may look at, like, let's say for instance, because I used to be, or I am, it comes and goes like a cutter. And then like looking at razors, sometimes I'd just think of, what if I swallowed them and they were like 20 razors? So it's like I'd have that thought obsessively, that I'd be like, oh, stop thinking about it. Or what if you look at a knife and you're just like, you think stab, you're not going to. But it's just like part of it's a subject that not most people talk about, like having major intrusive thoughts that are just like they're really wild. It's like you're driving and you're like, what if I just hit